The migraine hits me halfway through my shift at Home Depot, a sharp ice pick behind my left eye that makes the fluorescent lights feel like daggers. I tell Carlos I'm heading home early, and he waves me off without questions. 20 years of perfect attendance buys you that kind of trust. It's 2:47 p.m. when I pull into our driveway in Tampa's Sunset Park neighborhood. Kate's silver Honda sits in its usual spot, which means she's home from her morning errands. I grab my keys, already thinking about the bottle of Excedrin in our bathroom cabinet. That's when I smell it. Chanel No. 5. The scent hits me before I even open the front door. Sophisticated, expensive, unmistakable. Kate hasn't worn perfume in 5 years, maybe longer. She said it triggered her allergies. I believed her because that's what husbands do after 38 years of marriage. We believe. I stand on our front porch, key frozen in the lock, and something in my chest tightens. The smell is too strong, too deliberate, like she bathed in it. I turn the key slowly, quietly. The house is silent except for the low hum of the AC. I set my Home Depot jacket on the bench by the door, moving carefully. My migraine pounds, but now there's something else competing for my attention, a sick feeling in my gut that has nothing to do with the headache. Upstairs, I hear Kate's voice, muffled but definitely hers. I move to the base of the staircase, gripping the banister. Her bedroom door, our bedroom door, is slightly open. She's talking to someone. No, not talking. Laughing. The kind of girlish, flirtatious laugh I haven't heard from her in a decade. I can't wait to see you Tuesday. A pause, then another laugh. No, he'll be working late inventory. He always does Tuesdays. My hand tightens on the banister. You know I'm always thinking about you, she continues, her voice dropping to something intimate, secret. Tomorrow feels like forever. I should storm upstairs, demand to know who she's talking to. But something stops me. Maybe it's the methodical part of my brain, the retail manager who's learned that rushing in without information leads to mistakes. You don't confront a shoplifter until you have them on camera. You don't accuse until you have proof. I back away from the stairs, grab my jacket, and leave as quietly as I came. My hands shake as I start the truck. The migraine is worse now, pounding in rhythm with my heartbeat. 38 years. We've been married for 38 years. I don't go back to Home Depot. Instead, I drive to the Starbucks on Dale Mabry and sit in my truck in the parking lot, staring at nothing. Around me, life continues normally. People getting coffee, talking on phones, laughing. Nobody knows that my world just tilted on its axis. The perfume, the phone call, the excitement in her voice. Kate is having an affair. The thought sits in my brain like a stone, heavy and undeniable. Part of me wants to be wrong, desperately wants to be wrong, but I've spent 40 years reading people, solving problems, identifying patterns, and this pattern is clear. I need proof, not suspicions, not gut feelings, proof. I pull out my phone and start a new note. Document everything, times, dates, observations. It's what I do for a theft investigation at work, and this, whatever this is, requires the same methodical approach. 2:47 p.m. Came home early. Strong perfume smell, Chanel No. 5, Kate on phone, flirtatious tone. Can't wait to see you Tuesday. He'll be working late. I stare at the words on my screen. They look clinical, detached. They don't capture the feeling of standing in my own home, listening to my wife make plans with another man. But facts are what I need now. Feelings can come later. By the time I pull back into our driveway at 5:30 p.m., my normal arrival time, I've composed my face into something resembling normal. Kate is in the kitchen making dinner. She's changed clothes, I notice. The dress she must have been wearing earlier is gone, replaced by jeans and an old t-shirt. The perfume smell has faded, but not completely. You're home, she says, not looking up from the cutting board. How was your day? Long, I reply, which isn't a lie. Headache's better, though. Good. She chops vegetables with precise, efficient movements. We've had this same conversation in various forms for decades. The choreography of long marriage. Dinner in 20 minutes. I watch her work, this woman I've loved since I was 24 years old. Her blonde hair, touched up at the salon every 6 weeks, catches the light. She's still beautiful at 57, still the woman I married, but also somehow a stranger. How long has she been wearing that perfume when I'm not home? How long has she been making plans with someone else? "Kate," I say, and she finally looks up. "Do you still love me?" She blinks, surprised. "What kind of question is that?" "Just answer it." A long pause. Too long. "Of course I do, Rob. We've been married almost 40 years. That's not the same as yes, but I don't push it. Not yet. I go upstairs to change, and that's when I see it. The bottle of Chanel No. 5 on her dresser, purchased recently based on the barely used level. It sits there in plain sight, like she doesn't care anymore if I notice. Or maybe she thinks I'm too stupid to notice. That night, lying in bed with Kate asleep beside me, I stare at the ceiling and make a decision. Tomorrow, I start gathering evidence, real, concrete, undeniable evidence. Because if Kate is having an affair, I need to know who with, and I need to know why. Saturday morning arrives with deceptive normalcy. Kate makes coffee while I pretend to read the Tampa Bay Times. The domestic routine we've perfected over decades continues, but now I'm watching everything through a different lens. She's on her phone more than usual. Every notification makes her jump slightly, and she angles the screen away from me whenever she types. Small things, but I notice them now. "I'm meeting Linda for yoga at 10, she announces, not looking up from her phone. Linda Foster. They've been friends for years, or so Kate tells me. I make a mental note to verify that later. "Have fun," I say. "I'll probably just work on the garage, organize some tools." She nods absently, still typing. Her thumb moves quickly across the screen, and I catch the hint of a smile on her face before she schools her expression back to neutral. After she leaves, wearing expensive yoga pants I don't remember buying, I give it 10 minutes. Then I go upstairs. I'm looking for my reading glasses, which I genuinely can't find. They're not on my nightstand where I usually leave them, and they're not on the dresser. Maybe they fell behind the furniture during the night. I check my side of the bed first, getting on my knees to peer behind the nightstand. Nothing but dust bunnies and a stray sock. Then I move to the dresser, running my hand along the back edge. Still nothing. Kate's side of the dresser has 3 drawers. The top one is slightly open. She's careless about closing things completely, always has been. I'm about to turn away when something makes me pause. 38 years of marriage means I know what belongs in that drawer. Underwear, bras, socks. The ordinary architecture of a life shared. I pull the drawer open wider, just to be thorough. That's when I see it. Tucked beneath a black silk nightgown she hasn't worn in years is a tube I don't recognize. I pull it out carefully, making note of its exact position. Astroglide, premium personal lubricant, still sealed in its original packaging. I stare at the tube in my hand, and my brain struggles to process what I'm seeing. Kate and I haven't been intimate in over 2 years. At first, I thought it was temporary. Stress, hormones, the natural ebb and flow of a long marriage. Then it became the new normal. She said it was menopause, that it hurt, that she just wasn't interested anymore. I accepted it because I loved her, and love means respecting boundaries. But this tube tells a different story. This tube says she's interested, just not in me. My hands start to shake. I force myself to breathe slowly, evenly. Don't react emotionally. Document. I pull out my phone and take photos from multiple angles. The tube, its position in the drawer, the nightgown it was hidden beneath. Then I carefully replace everything exactly as I found it. Muscle memory from years of precision work at Home Depot guiding my movements. Downstairs, I sit at the kitchen table and stare at the photos on my phone. The evidence is mounting. Thursday, expensive perfume, flirtatious phone call. Friday, changed clothes before I got home, distance in her answers. Saturday, new lubricant hidden in her drawer, excited texting. 3 days of observation, and already the pattern is undeniable. But there's still a crucial missing piece. Who? I think about the phone call. Can't wait to see you Tuesday. He'll be working late. Tuesday is inventory night at Home Depot. I'm always there until 10 p.m., sometimes later. It's been the routine for years, which means Kate has been planning this, using my schedule against me. I open my laptop and pull up our bank statements. Kate has her own credit card for household expenses, and I've never monitored it before. Why would I? We trust each other. Or we did. I scroll through the last 3 months of charges. Nothing unusual jumps out at first. Groceries, gas, Target, CVS. Then I see it. Sephora, 2 weeks ago, $187. Kate hasn't bought makeup in years. And last month, Victoria's Secret, $143. She's preparing, making herself beautiful. But not for me. My phone buzzes with a text from Carlos at work. Hope you're feeling better. Let me know if you need coverage tomorrow. I type back, better thanks, see you Monday. But I'm not better, not even close. I spend the rest of Saturday in the garage pretending to organize tools while my mind races. Kate comes home from yoga at noon, glowing and energized. She hums while making lunch, and I wonder if she's thinking about him, whoever he is. Good class? I ask, watching her carefully. Great, she says brightly. Linda says hi. I file that away. Later, I'll call Linda, verify the story. That night, I lie awake while Kate sleeps peacefully beside me. The woman in my bed, sharing my space, is a stranger wearing my wife's face. She's planning something. Meetings, preparations, purchases. She's building a secret life right under my nose. And I'm going to find out exactly what that life looks like. Because the lubricant wasn't just hidden in her drawer. It was hidden like a guilty secret, like something she knew was wrong but wanted anyway. Which means she knows she's betraying me. She just doesn't know I know yet. Sunday afternoon, Tyler's white pickup truck pulls into our driveway unannounced. I'm in the garage when I hear it, and something cold settles in my stomach. Tyler Brooks, our son-in-law, married to our daughter Emily for 3 years now, usually calls before visiting. Usually comes when Emily is with him. Usually has an actual reason. I watch through the garage window as he climbs out of his truck. He's 31, fit, with the kind of easy confidence that comes from being naturally charming. Dark hair, good jawline, expensive sunglasses. His landscaping business has done well, or so he tells us whenever money comes up in conversation. Kate opens the front door before he even knocks. She must have been watching for him. Tyler? Her voice is bright, almost girlish. I wasn't expecting you. Liar. Her hair is freshly styled. She changed clothes 20 minutes ago. Just finished a job nearby, he says, and even from here I can hear the smooth quality of his voice. Thought I'd stop by, check on that sprinkler system. Been meaning to look at it for weeks. Our sprinkler system works perfectly fine. I know because I checked it myself last week. I wipe my hands on a rag and walk across the lawn toward them. Tyler sees me and his smile doesn't falter. If anything, it gets wider. Rob, there you are. Hope you don't mind me dropping by. Not at all, I lie, shaking his hand. His grip is firm, assertive. What's this about the sprinklers? Oh, Kate mentioned some dry spots on the lawn. Thought I'd take a look, see if there's a pressure issue. I glance at Kate. She's watching us both with an expression I can't quite read. I didn't notice any dry spots. Well, you've been working so much lately, Kate says quickly. Those long hours at Home Depot. I probably just haven't had a chance to mention it. There's something in the air between them. An invisible thread of familiarity I've never noticed before. Or maybe I never looked. I'll check the system with you, I offer. Actually, Kate cuts in, I just made fresh coffee. Why don't you both come inside first? No need to work in this heat. Tyler follows her inside like he owns the place. I trail behind, watching. He knows where we keep the mugs, goes straight to the right cabinet. When Kate hands him coffee, their fingers touch for just a second too long. We sit at the kitchen table, the same table where Kate and I have eaten thousands of meals over 38 years. Tyler leans back in his chair, completely comfortable, drinking from my favorite mug. So, Rob, he says, Kate tells me you're thinking about retiring soon. I wasn't thinking about retiring. I've never mentioned retirement to Kate or anyone else. Just considering options, I say carefully. Why do you ask? Tyler shrugs. Just curious about the planning. Insurance, pensions, all that. Must be nice to have job security after all those years. Kate jumps in. Rob has excellent insurance through Home Depot. Life insurance, health, dental, everything. Why is she talking about my life insurance? We've never discussed it with Tyler. That's smart, Tyler says, his eyes meeting mine. Something in his expression makes my skin crawl. At your age, good coverage is important. Anything could happen. The way he says anything could happen sends ice through my veins. Rob's only 62, Kate says quickly. He's perfectly healthy. Of course. Tyler holds up his hands in a placating gesture. I just mean in general. My dad had a heart attack at 59. Came out of nowhere. That's why I always tell Emily we need to keep our policies updated. I file away every word of this conversation. The focus on my insurance, Kate's immediate knowledge of my coverage details, Tyler's casual mention of unexpected death. Maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe this is innocent small talk. But I don't think so. How is Emily? I ask, changing the subject. Working a lot? You know Emily, Tyler says with an affectionate laugh. Married to her job. Sometimes I barely see her between shifts. That must be hard, Kate says sympathetically, and I catch another look between them. Brief, but loaded with meaning. We manage, Tyler replies. His hand is on the table, and Kate's hand is inches away, not touching, but close. Too close. My stomach turns. Surely not. Emily is his wife. Kate is his mother-in-law. There are lines you don't cross, boundaries that should be absolute. But the perfume, the lubricant, the phone call about Tuesday. Actually, I say, standing abruptly, I should get back to work in the garage. Tyler, feel free to check the sprinklers whenever you're ready. Sure thing. He doesn't move to get up. Neither does Kate. I walk back to the garage, but instead of going inside, I circle around to the side of the house where I can see into the kitchen window. They don't know I'm watching. The moment I'm gone, their body language changes. Tyler leans forward, says something I can't hear. Kate laughs, touching his arm. The gesture is intimate, familiar. Not like a mother-in-law with a son-in-law, like lovers. My daughter's husband, my wife. The two people I trusted most in the world, sitting at my kitchen table, sharing secrets while I stand outside my own home like a stranger. I feel sick. Tyler stays for another 20 minutes. When he finally leaves, Kate walks him to his truck. I watch from the garage as they stand by the driver's door, talking in low voices. He says something that makes her smile, that same girlish smile from yesterday. Then he's gone, and Kate is walking back to the house, practically floating. I wait until evening to check the sprinkler system. Every zone works perfectly. There's not a single dry spot on the entire lawn. Tyler Brooks didn't come here to fix anything. He came here to see Kate, while his wife, my daughter, was at the hospital saving lives. Her husband was in our kitchen, drinking coffee from my mug, talking about my life insurance with the woman he's sleeping with. And that woman is my wife. I need proof. I need to hear it with my own ears. Because what I think is happening, what my gut is screaming at me, is too horrific to accuse without absolute certainty. Tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow I start recording everything. Monday morning, I wake up with a plan. Kate is still asleep when I slip out of bed at 6 a.m. I dress quietly, grab my keys, and drive to the Best Buy on West Shore Boulevard. They open at 8, so I sit in my truck and wait, watching the sunrise paint the Tampa sky in shades of orange and pink. Beautiful morning for the beginning of the end of my marriage. At 8:02, I'm inside. The electronics section is nearly empty, just me and a young kid with a name tag that reads Brandon. Help you find something? He asks. Voice recorder, I say. Small, good battery life, voice activated. He leads me to a display of digital recorders. I choose an Olympus model, tiny, with 2 gigabytes of storage and voice activation technology. It can record for up to 30 hours on a single charge. Recording lectures? Brandon asks as he rings it up. Something like that. I pay cash. No credit card trail. At Home Depot, I tell Carlos I need to handle some personal business and might come in late. He waves me off. 20 years of perfect attendance buys that kind of flexibility. Instead of working, I go home and wait. Kate leaves for her Monday errands at 9:30. I give her 15 minutes, then I enter the house and get to work. The voice recorder is smaller than a pack of cigarettes. I test it first, setting it on the kitchen counter. Testing, 1, 2, 3, then I play it back. Crystal clear, perfect. Where to hide it? Somewhere they'll feel comfortable talking. Somewhere Kate takes her visitors. The living room. Behind the bookshelf where we keep family photo albums nobody ever looks at anymore. I slide the recorder between two albums, one from Emily's childhood, one from our 20th wedding anniversary. The irony isn't lost on me. I activate the voice detection mode and hide it completely. To find it, you'd have to pull out every album one by one. Nobody's going to do that. Now comes the hard part. At 1 p.m., I call Kate. "Hey, honey," I say, forcing my voice to sound normal. "I'm working late tonight. Inventory in the garden center." There's a pause, just half a second, but I catch it. Then, "Oh, okay. How late?" "Probably 10, maybe later. It's a big shipment. Don't wait up." "All right." I can hear the smile in her voice. "I'll just heat up leftovers for dinner." "Sounds good. Love you." "Love you too." Both of us lying. The casual cruelty of it makes me grip the phone harder. I spend the afternoon doing actual work at Home Depot, but my mind is elsewhere. Carlos notices. "You okay, Rob? You seem distracted." "Just tired," I tell him. "Getting old, I guess." At 5 p.m., my normal quitting time, I clock out, but instead of going home, I drive to the Starbucks 3 blocks from our house and park where I have a clear view of our street. At 5:47 p.m., Tyler's white pickup truck turns onto our block. My hands grip the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turn white. I watch as he parks, not in our driveway but on the street, trying to be discreet. He's wearing jeans and a fitted black t-shirt, carrying a bottle of wine. Wine. Like this is a date. He walks up to our front door and knocks. Kate answers immediately. She must have been watching for him from the window. She's wearing a dress I haven't seen before, navy blue with a fitted waist. Her hair is down. She's made up like she's going somewhere special. She's made up for him. They disappear inside, and the door closes. I sit in my truck staring at our house, the house I've been paying the mortgage on for 30 years, and imagine what's happening inside. The recorder is running. It's capturing everything. Tomorrow I'll have proof. But sitting here, knowing my wife is with another man, knowing that man is my son-in-law, proof feels secondary to the pain. At 8:30, I force myself to drive back to Home Depot. I actually work inventory for 2 hours, creating a legitimate alibi. When I finally head home at 10:45 p.m., Tyler's truck is gone. Kate is in bed pretending to be asleep. I can tell by her breathing. It's too controlled, too deliberate. Real sleep sounds different, but I play along, changing quietly and climbing into bed beside her. The woman who just spent the evening with another man. The woman who's planning God knows what. The woman I still love, even though she's destroying me. I lie there in the dark, counting the hours until morning when I can retrieve the recorder, counting the hours until I know the truth. Sleep doesn't come, but dawn eventually does. Tuesday morning, I wake before dawn. Kate is still asleep, her breathing deep and even, peaceful, like she hasn't spent the last several hours planning my destruction. I slip out of bed and retrieve the voice recorder from behind the bookshelf. My hands shake as I carry it to my truck, sitting in the driveway with the engine off, door closed, complete privacy. I plug in my earbuds and press play. At first, there's just silence, ambient house noise, the air conditioner cycling. Then, at timestamp 18:04, the front door opens. Kate's voice. "I was starting to think you'd change your mind." Tyler's voice. "Never, baby. Sorry I'm late. Had to finish a job in Westchase, then traffic on I-275 was murder." Baby. He calls my wife baby. I force myself to keep listening. Sounds of kissing, movement, wine glasses clinking. Tyler. "You look incredible. Is that new?" Kate. "Bought it last week. You like it?" Tyler. "I like what's underneath better." Kate's laugh. Throaty, intimate. I fast forward through several minutes of sounds I can't stomach. Then, Tyler's voice becomes more serious. Tyler. So, did you call the insurance company? My finger freezes on the fast forward button. Kate, I did. The policy is definitely 500,000. I'm the sole beneficiary. The world tilts. I grip the steering wheel with my free hand. Tyler. Good. And you're sure he doesn't suspect anything? Kate. Jim, God no, he's clueless. Thinks I'm just going through menopause or something. He has no idea I know about his blood pressure medication. Blood pressure medication. I don't have high blood pressure. I've never taken medication for it. Tyler. The pills I got from my contact at CVS, they look identical to standard BP meds, but these will gradually increase his blood pressure over time. Combined with the sodium I've been adding to his food when I help with dinner, we're looking at a natural-looking heart attack in maybe 3 months, 4 at the most. I stop breathing. Kate. You're sure no one will question it? Tyler. At his age, with work stress, people drop dead from heart attacks every day. The autopsy won't show anything unusual. These pills metabolize completely. It'll look like natural causes. Kate, voice dreamy. 500,000. We could disappear, Tyler. Costa Rica, like you showed me, that little beach house. Or Tyler. What about Emily? Won't she be suspicious if we both disappear right after her dad dies? Kate. Emily's too busy saving lives to pay attention to her personal life. Besides, she adores you. Thinks you're the best thing that ever happened to her. She'll never suspect. Tyler. And the house? You'll have to sell it, right? Kate. After a decent mourning period, 6 months maybe, then I'm free. We're free. Sounds of more kissing. Tyler. To freedom. And to Rob, may his heart give out right on schedule. Kate's laugh. I rip the earbuds out and barely get the truck door open before I vomit on the driveway. My stomach heaves again and again until there's nothing left but bile and horror. They're not just having an affair, they're planning to murder me. Tyler, my son-in-law, the man I welcomed into my family, the man I helped move furniture for when his business was struggling, is poisoning me. And Kate, my wife of 38 years, is helping him do it. For money. For a beach house in Costa Rica. For freedom. I sit in my truck shaking as the sun rises over Tampa. Around me, neighbors emerge for their morning routines. Mrs. Anderson waters her garden. Mr. Thompson walks his dog. Normal life continuing while my world collapses. I think about the last few months. Tyler has been coming over more frequently, always offering to help with dinner. Let me season that chicken for you, Rob. I'll make the salad dressing. Here, try this marinade recipe. He's been poisoning me in my own kitchen. And the medication. I rush back inside, careful not to wake Kate, and go straight to the bathroom medicine cabinet. My prescription bottle of blood pressure medication sits exactly where it's always been. The label looks legitimate. CVS Pharmacy, prescribed by Dr. Morrison, my primary care physician. Except I've never been prescribed blood pressure medication. My last checkup was 6 months ago, and my BP was perfect, 118/76. I open the bottle and examine the pills. Small, white, oval. They look completely ordinary, but these aren't blood pressure pills. These are poison, administered slowly, designed to kill me gradually so no one suspects murder. How many have I taken? I try to remember. The bottle is nearly half empty, which means they've been doing this for weeks, maybe longer. My hands shake as I dump every pill into the toilet and flush. Then I hide the empty bottle in my truck. Evidence. Tomorrow I'll call Dr. Morrison's office and confirm he never prescribed this medication. But right now, I need to think. I need to plan. Tyler and Kate want to play games with my life. They want to murder me, cash in my insurance, and disappear together while my daughter grieves. Fine. But they've made one crucial mistake. They've underestimated Rob Harrison. I've spent 40 years solving problems, managing crises, handling difficult situations. And I'm about to handle the most critical situation of my life. They wanted to poison me slowly, quietly, invisibly. I'm going to destroy them publicly, loudly, and permanently. Wednesday morning, I call in sick to Home Depot. Carlos sounds concerned. I never call in sick. Take care of yourself, Rob. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks, Carlos. Just need a day to rest. But rest is the last thing on my mind. At 7:45 a.m., I'm parked outside Tyler's apartment complex in South Tampa. His white pickup is in its assigned spot. I've brought coffee, a baseball cap, and a pair of binoculars I borrowed from Home Depot's sporting goods section. Tyler emerges at 8:23 wearing his landscaping uniform, cargo pants, company polo, work boots. He looks relaxed, confident, a man with a plan. I follow him, staying 3 cars back. 20 years of driving the same routes to work has taught me how to blend into Tampa traffic. His first stop isn't a landscaping job. It's the Publix on Dale Mabry Highway. He's inside for 18 minutes, emerging with a small shopping bag. Not a big grocery run, just a few items. The kind of shopping you do for someone else. From Publix, Tyler drives to Hyde Park, one of Tampa's most upscale neighborhoods. He pulls into the driveway of a beautiful Mediterranean-style house with immaculate gardens. Professional landscaping. Not his work, I note. Someone else maintains these grounds. A woman answers the door. I raise my binoculars. She's older, early 60s, I'd guess. Silver hair styled elegantly, expensive yoga pants and a silk blouse. She smiles when she sees Tyler, and the smile is intimate, familiar. She hugs him, and it's not a client-contractor hug. Her hand lingers on his chest. His hand drops to her waist. They stand in the doorway for a long moment before he carries the grocery bag inside and the door closes. I check my watch. 9:47 a.m. Tyler doesn't emerge until 11:08 a.m. When he does, his hair is messed up, his shirt is wrinkled and partially untucked, and the woman stands in her doorway wearing a silk robe. She waves goodbye with the same dreamy expression I've seen on Kate's face. My stomach drops. Tyler isn't just having an affair with Kate, he's running an operation. I follow him to his next stop, a dental clinic in Hyde Park Village. The sign reads, Dr. Sarah Mitchell, DDS. Tyler walks in through the main entrance like he owns the place. Through the front window, I watch a blonde woman in her late 50s or early 60s emerge from the back. She greets Tyler with a kiss that's definitely not professional. They disappear into a back office. The closed for lunch sign goes up in the window. Tyler emerges at 1:42 p.m., 3 hours. His shirt is even more wrinkled now. Next stop, Williams Realty on South Howard. Patricia Williams, according to the sign, is the owner. She's maybe 58, attractive, well-dressed. When Tyler walks into her office, she lights up. Through the window, I watch her touch his arm, laugh at something he says, lean in close. By the time Tyler leaves at 3:15, I've photographed all of it. Every location, every woman, every intimate gesture. His final stop is a waterfront condo building in downtown Tampa, Unit 712, according to the directory, Linda Foster. Tyler uses a key to let himself in. He has a key. He's still inside when I finally leave at 5:30 p.m., needing to get home before Kate suspects anything. But I've seen enough. Tyler Brooks isn't just a landscaper. He's a professional gigolo, systematically targeting wealthy older women. And I'd bet everything I own that he's not just taking their affection, he's taking their money. At home, I create a detailed log. Subject, Tyler Brooks. Date, Wednesday. 9:47 to 11:08. Unknown residence, Hyde Park. Elderly woman, silver hair. 11:50 to 1:42. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, DDS, Hyde Park Village. 2 o'clock to 3:15, Patricia Williams, Williams Realty, South Howard. 3:45, Linda Foster, waterfront condo, downtown. Pattern, women 55 plus, all wealthy based on locations, all intimate behavior. Kate isn't special. She's not the love of Tyler's life. She's just another mark in his sugar mommy hunting operation. But Kate is different in one crucial way. Kate has a husband with a $500,000 life insurance policy. Kate has a husband who can be murdered, making Tyler rich enough to disappear forever. The other women are just practice. Kate is the main event. I sit at my computer, staring at the photos I've taken, and a plan begins to form. It's risky, it's complicated. But if I can expose Tyler's entire operation, all his victims, all his lies, then Kate and Tyler won't just face criminal charges for conspiracy to commit murder. They'll face a courtroom full of angry women who thought they were loved. Thursday afternoon, I knock on the door of the Mediterranean house in Hyde Park. I've spent the morning gathering information. Property records show it belongs to Dorothy Anderson, widow, age 63. Her late husband owned a chain of car dealerships across Florida. Estimated estate value, $2.3 million. Dorothy answers wearing the same silk robe I saw yesterday. Her face is flushed, and when she sees me, a stranger in a Home Depot polo, confusion crosses her features. Can I help you? Mrs. Anderson, my name is Rob Harrison. I need to talk to you about Tyler Brooks. Her face goes white, then red. Who? The man who was here yesterday from 9:47 to 11:08. The man whose white pickup truck was parked in your driveway. She grips the door frame. I don't know what you're talking about. Ma'am, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to warn you. Tyler Brooks is married to my daughter. He's also having an affair with my wife. And you're not the only woman he's involved with. The color drains completely from her face. That's impossible. Tyler loves me. He said he's leaving his wife. May I come in? Please. This is important. She hesitates, then steps aside. Her living room is elegant. Expensive furniture, original art on the walls, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking a pristine pool. Old money, carefully maintained. We sit, and I show her the photos on my phone. Tyler entering Dr. Mitchell's clinic, Tyler at Williams Realty, Tyler at Linda Foster's condo. How many women? She whispers. At least 4 that I know of, probably more. Dorothy's hands shake as she sets down her coffee cup. He told me his landscaping business was struggling, that he needed help with equipment costs, truck payments. I've given him $18,000 over the last 8 months. My jaw tightens. What about your will, Mrs. Anderson? Her face crumbles. He helped me update it last month. Said it was important to have everything in order. I made him a beneficiary, $30,000. Did he suggest that, or did you? Long pause. He mentioned that he worried about me living alone, that if something happened to me, he'd want to make sure I was remembered properly. It felt romantic at the time. Tyler isn't just stealing money. He's positioning himself to profit from these women's deaths. Mrs. Anderson, Dorothy, Tyler is planning to murder my wife's husband, me. He's been slowly poisoning me for weeks, maybe months. The plan is to make it look like a heart attack, then collect my $500,000 life insurance policy. Dorothy stands abruptly, hand over her mouth. Oh my God. I have recordings of him and Kate discussing the details, but I need your help. If Tyler is doing this to me, he might be planning the same thing for you and his other victims. We need to expose him before anyone else gets hurt. She's crying now, mascara running down her cheeks. I trusted him. He was so kind, so attentive. After my husband died, I was so lonely, and Tyler made me feel wanted, I finish. Young, desired. I understand. That's how predators work. They find vulnerability and exploit it. What do you need from me? Information. Any documents showing money you've given him. Your updated will. Text messages, emails, anything that proves the relationship. And I need you to contact his other victims. We need to compare notes. Dorothy nods, wiping her eyes. I know Patricia Williams. We're in the same book club, and I've met Linda Foster at charity events. Can you reach out to them? Tell them we need to talk? But don't mention this to anyone else yet. Tyler can't know we're investigating him. What about your wife? Itehe, you said? The question hits like a punch. Kate is complicit. She's helping him. She's not a victim. She's an accomplice. Dorothy's expression hardens. Then she deserves whatever's coming to her. Over the next hour, Dorothy calls Patricia Williams and Linda Foster. She's careful, vague, but persuasive. It's about Tyler, something important. Rob Harrison needs to speak with all of us. We arranged to meet Friday evening at Dorothy's house. Sarah Mitchell, the dentist, is harder to reach, but Patricia has her number and promises to make contact. As I prepare to leave, Dorothy grabs my arm. Rob, be careful. If Tyler realizes you know, I'm already dead according to his plan. I just need to make sure he goes down before he tries to speed up the timeline. Walking back to my truck, I feel something I haven't felt in days. Control. For the first time since I found that lubricant in Kate's drawer, I'm not the victim. I'm not the target. I'm the hunter. And Tyler Brooks has no idea what's coming for him. Friday evening, 4 women sit in Dorothy Anderson's living room, comparing notes on the man they all thought they loved. Sarah Mitchell, 61, elegant in designer jeans. He told me he was unhappily married, that his wife didn't understand him. He needed $25,000 for business expansion. I wrote the check because I believed in him. Patricia Williams, 58, real estate magnate with steely eyes. I've been paying his rent for 9 months, $2,400 a month. That's $21,600. He said we were practically living together, but he needed his own space for business purposes. Linda Foster, 66, former attorney with a sharp mind. He proposed, set the wedding date for my 67th birthday. I bought him a $45,000 truck as an early gift, and I changed my will. He gets $200,000 plus my investment portfolio. The room falls silent as everyone processes the numbers. That's over $300,000, Dorothy says quietly, between just the 4 of us. I pull out my laptop and show them the recordings I've made of Tyler's schedule, the photos of him entering and leaving their homes and businesses. The pattern is undeniable. He's a professional con artist, I explain. He researches his targets carefully. Wealthy women, recently widowed or unhappily married, financially comfortable. He provides companionship, intimacy, and slowly bleeds you dry. But why would your wife help him? Sarah asks. What does Kate get out of this? I take a deep breath and play them the recording. Kate and Tyler discussing my murder, the poison medication, the $500,000 payout, Costa Rica, the beach house. When it ends, Linda, the former attorney, speaks first. That's conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. You need to take this to the police immediately. I will, but I need all of your evidence first. Bank statements, changed wills, text messages, everything. Tyler isn't just going to prison for trying to kill me. He's going to prison for running a systematic operation to defraud vulnerable women. Over the next 2 hours, we build a case. Dorothy provides bank statements showing the $18,000 in business loans. Sarah pulls up her revised clinic insurance policy. Tyler is listed as a $50,000 beneficiary in case of unexpected death. Patricia has 9 months of rent checks, all made out to Tyler personally. Linda has the truck registration and her updated will. The evidence is overwhelming. There's something else, Patricia says quietly. Tyler mentioned other cities, Orlando, Jacksonville, somewhere up north. He said he used to do landscaping there. What if we're not his first victims? Tuesday, 6:00 p.m. I sit in my truck 2 blocks away, phone in hand, finger hovering over the trigger button. Tyler's pickup arrived at 4:15. Through my binoculars, I watched Kate answer the door in that navy dress. Watched them disappear inside, curtains closing. Bedroom lights on. I gave them time. Let them get comfortable. Let them use Kate's special preparation, now filled with Loctite 495 industrial superglue instead of lubricant. My phone shows 6:00 p.m. I press the button. The smoke alarm shrieks across the neighborhood, piercing and urgent. 3 seconds later, the Bluetooth speaker broadcasts my pre-recorded emergency. Help! Fire! We're trapped upstairs! Someone call 911! Mrs. Anderson drops her garden hose. Oh my God! Rob and Kate's house! Mr. Thompson already has his phone out. 911, house fire on Maple Street, people screaming inside. Neighbors pour out of their homes, phones recording. 15, 20 people gathering on our lawn within minutes. Where's the smoke? Someone asks. I don't see flames, another voice. Whose truck is that? Mrs. Peterson points at Tyler's pickup. Isn't that Emily's husband? The murmurs spread like wildfire. Tyler Brooks, here, while Rob's at work. Sirens wail in the distance, growing louder. Fire trucks, ambulances, police cars, the full emergency response I orchestrated. And leading them. Rescue Unit 12, Emily's unit. Inside the bedroom, I know what's happening. Tyler and Kate discovered they're stuck together, literally bonded by industrial adhesive. They heard the alarm, heard the screams, heard the neighbors, and they can't separate, can't get dressed, can't escape. The trap is perfect. Emily jumps from the ambulance, all business. What's the situation? Fire! People trapped! The crowd shouts. Captain Morrison, we need entry now! The sledgehammer crashes through our front door. Emily leads her team inside. I watch from my truck as she searches the first floor, then climbs the stairs. She reaches the bedroom door, her childhood bedroom. Through the window, I see her freeze, see her training war with her trauma, see her world shatter. Then her voice, cold and clinical. Need adhesive remover and skin separation equipment. 2 patients, conscious and alert. The neighborhood watches as Tyler and Kate are wheeled out on separate gurneys, covered by sheets but faces visible, cameras flashing everywhere. Tyler won't look at anyone. Kate is sobbing. Tyler Brooks, Mrs. Anderson calls out loudly. How could you? Susan Patterson, after everything Rob's done for you, Mrs. Peterson adds. Wait, wrong names. But the sentiment is the same. The neighborhood's judgment is unanimous. I drive up slowly, playing the shocked husband. What happened? Emily called me at work. Emily's face is a mask. Dad, we need to talk. Hospital. Tampa General Hospital, Emergency Department. 2 hours later. Tyler, room 214, skin irritation where Emily separated them with acetone. Kate, room 216, same condition. Emily stands in the hallway, still in her uniform, eyes hollow. They were stuck together, some kind of adhesive accident. I had to use medical solvents to separate my mother from my husband. I put my arm around her. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. The elevator opens. Dorothy, Sarah, Patricia, and Linda step out, perfectly timed as planned. Where is Tyler Brooks? Dorothy demands loudly. A nurse tries to intervene. Ma'am, visiting hours. We're not visitors, Sarah cuts her off. We're his victims. They tell their stories, right there in the hospital corridor, for everyone to hear. Emily listens, her expression moving from shock to devastation to fury. $18,000, Dorothy says. $25,000, Sarah adds. Plus he's beneficiary on my clinic insurance. I've been paying his rent, Patricia reveals. 9 months, over $20,000. He proposed to me, Linda finishes. I bought him a truck, changed my will, $200,000. Emily turns to Tyler's room. You proposed to her? We've been married 3 years. I pull out my phone. There's more. Detective Cooper needs to hear this. I play the recording. Kate and Tyler discussing my murder, the poisoned medication, the $500,000 insurance payout, Costa Rica. When it ends, Emily's legs give out. I catch her. She knew, Emily whispers. Mom knew he was scamming these women. She was helping him. They were partners, I confirm. Detective James Cooper arrives with 2 uniformed officers 30 minutes later. Tyler Brooks, Kate Harrison, you're both under arrest. Tyler handcuffed to his hospital bed. This is insane. You can't prove. Recordings of conspiracy to commit murder, Detective Cooper interrupts. Financial records showing systematic fraud, testimony from 4 victims, changed wills positioning you to profit from their deaths. Want me to continue? In the next room, Kate is being read her rights. She's crying, mascara running. I want a lawyer. Smart choice, Mrs. Harrison. Emily stands between the rooms, watching both arrests. Her mother, her husband, both handcuffed, both facing decades in prison. Dad, she says quietly. How did you know to record them? I found the recorder after the fire department left, I lie smoothly. Must have been activated by all the commotion. Pure luck it captured their conversation. She nods, accepting the explanation. For now. 2 weeks later, the media frenzy is relentless. Tampa Bay Times runs the headline, Local landscaper arrested in multi-victim romance scam, murder plot exposed. Tyler's face is everywhere. The story goes national. Son-in-law and mother-in-law conspire to murder father. Tyler is denied bail, flight risk, and evidence of similar cons in 2 other states. He's facing 30-plus years federal prison. Kate makes bail but has nowhere to go except her sister's. I file for divorce immediately. Due to adultery and conspiracy charges, she gets nothing. The house, my pension, my insurance, all mine. Emily moves back in with me temporarily. We don't talk much at first. She works her shifts, comes home exhausted, goes to her old bedroom. The house feels empty despite both of us being here. One evening, she finds me in the garage workshop surrounded by tools. "Dad, can I ask you something?" "Anything." "How did that lubricant turn into super glue?" My hands freeze on the wrench I'm holding. "What do you mean?" "I'm a paramedic. I've treated adhesive bonding accidents. They happen with industrial glue, not personal lubricant. Someone had to swap them." The garage is silent except for the hum of the fluorescent lights. "It was you, wasn't it?" Her voice is steady, but her eyes are searching. "The smoke alarm, the distress calls, you set them up." I can't lie to my daughter. "Yes." "You could have gone to the police," Emily says, "with the recordings. And if they didn't act fast enough, if Kate and Tyler realized I knew and disappeared? So you became judge, jury, and executioner. I became a survivor." Emily paces the garage. "Dad, what you did was illegal. False emergency reports, tampering, technically assault. Are you going to turn me in?" Long pause. "No, because they were trying to kill you, but we're not better than them if we break the law too. Sometimes good people have to do bad things to stop worse things. That's what villains say in movies, Dad." The words hang between us. She's right, and we both know it. "I need time," she finally says, "to process what Tyler and Mom did, what you did. I don't know who to trust anymore." She leaves me alone in the garage. I sit surrounded by my tools, my plans, my victory. I saved my life. I exposed a predator. I protected Tyler's victims. But I lost my daughter's unconditional trust in the process. Hillsborough County Courthouse. Tyler Brooks is sentenced to 32 years in federal prison plus $750 in restitution. Kate takes a plea deal, 12 years in exchange for testimony against Tyler. She forfeits all marital assets. I sit in the gallery. Emily sits beside me. First time in months. The judge addresses Tyler. "Mr. Brooks, you are a predator who exploited vulnerable women. You conspired to commit murder. Society must be protected from people like you." Tyler looks back at me. Our eyes meet. He mouths, "You won." I don't react, because I don't feel like a winner. Outside the courthouse, Detective Cooper asked me about the super glue, Emily says quietly, how it got swapped. My heart stops. I told him I had no idea, that maybe it was an accident. She pauses. "I lied for you, Dad. Emily, I don't agree with what you did, but I understand why. That doesn't make it right, but it makes it human." We hug for the first time in 6 months. "I'm moving to Atlanta," she says. "New job, fresh start." "I understand. But I want you to visit. We need to rebuild our relationship, an honest one." "I'd like that." She walks to her car, turns back. "Dad, thank you for saving your life, but next time, choose the legal way." "There won't be a next time." "Good." 1 week later, I'm alone in the house when the letter arrives from Dorothy Anderson. "Dear Rob, the women you saved want to thank you. We're establishing a foundation to help romance scam victims. We'd like you on the board. Your experience taught us to recognize warning signs. Together, we can prevent this from happening to others. Dorothy." I look around my empty house. Kate is in prison. Tyler is in prison. Emily is in Atlanta. The price of justice was higher than I expected, but some prices must be paid. I pick up the phone. "Dorothy, I'm in. Let's make sure no one else goes through this." For the first time in months, I feel something like purpose, not redemption, not quite, but maybe a path toward it.